What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I am back with another video, but not just any video. I am reviewing Battletoads, the long-awaited, highly anticipated Battletoads, the reboot by Rare and Dallas Studios. You know, the meme that we've been seeing on Twitter, man. People were for certain that Battletoads, even me, would be the next Token 69 game from Xbox, and we finally got to play it, and I'm going to tell you my experience and my pure, honest thoughts on it. So let's get into it. So Battletoads, it's finally here. The soft reboot. Actually, it's not. It's a reboot, but it's also sort of a sequel. The characters are aware that they've been out of action for about 26 years. So, and they're trying to just come back, reclaim the glory, reclaim the fame, and be the big pop star toads that they are. But what they learn is that they're completely irrelevant and no one knows who they are, and so they go on these crazy quests to, you know, save the galaxy in hopes to regain that popularity again. So that's really kind of the story. To sum it up, it's nothing epic. It's jokes. It's funny. You got cameos from, you know, some people out in Xbox in this game, but honestly, I was never a big fan of the original games from back in the day, like the arcade titles. I haven't beaten it. I think I haven't beaten any of them. I played them, struggled, raged, but I didn't put too much time in it. I'm familiar with the franchise, but this game, obviously and luckily, I was able to complete, and I've had what you call a love-hate relationship with this game. So, couple things, right? There's some things that I appreciate about the game. One of the things is the visuals. Now, when the game was first revealed a couple years back, I was like, actually, when they first revealed the game, we only got the logo. It was like, I think maybe last year or so, we first got like visuals of the game, and I was completely disappointed because I was like, this is not a Battletoads remaster. I wanted these super 2D cartoon looks. It just seemed cheap and poorly drawn. I was making fun of it. I thought it looked like the game was made with Microsoft Paint. So that was my first initial to the first like gameplay trailer that we got. And the crazy thing is, and now that it's in my hands, I'm playing it. And now you got to experience it as a whole with the story. I actually enjoy the visuals. It works. It doesn't look too bad. It pops. It's shiny. It's cartoony. And a good thing that the story helps and the plot helps, because it reminds me of a Saturday morning cartoon. Brought me back to the age of 9, dude, playing this game. And I thought it had a little nostalgia feel. I can appreciate the visuals, and I can appreciate the cutscenes in the story, because I felt like in between the gameplay, I was watching just a little mini show, a little mini series that I could enjoy, and I really definitely did enjoy those parts, and the visuals definitely appreciate it. The gameplay is a bit snazzy. I thought it looked clunky at the first reveal, but once, like I said, once you get it in your hands, it's very fast, it's very snappy, it's responsive, it looks good, it feels good. The beat 'em up portions of the game are fun when they do occur. The thing that I appreciate about Battletoads this time around is that they mixed up the gameplay, they diversified it a lot, and I think that's the gift and the curse of this game. So from what I can see, and from different reactions, different reviews, people don't really care about the, you know, different mechanics they added to the game, and some people do. Personally, how I thought about it, I felt like if it remained a standard beat 'em up, the previous games were more so standard beat 'em ups. This reboot is not a standard beat 'em up. It's just too much. It's kind of an all-in-one game. They kind of try everything in this. I feel like if the game remained a standard beat 'em up, and I feel like the game will grow stale fairly quick, because the gameplay doesn't, you know, evolve over time during its beat 'em up phases. There's nothing added. So that's why I feel like if it remained a beat 'em up, it would get very, very like stale fairly quickly. And I think some of the additions, like they had a bunch of mini games that will have like beat the level type stages where you're in a vehicle and you gotta avoid obstacles. You gotta make quick twitch movements to avoid crashing. Some of these stages are rage inducing, and so but I thought it was a nice mix up. It just kind of challenged you differently. And then they have like these space battles that come and take place, which I thoroughly enjoyed, because it also tested you another way. Some of the levels were very difficult. And then they have like some other like mini games that are like kind of really, it's just more so like testing your response time and whatnot. Some of these mini games I did not like. I like completely raged. I don't know if you guys checked out Black Bond's video that he uploaded of us in like a private Discord, and I'm sharing my gameplay and I'm losing my freaking mind. But I got through it, but there are portions of this game that people aren't going to like, and I think that's what really killed the reviews. And I'm honestly certain that some people didn't even finish the game because they got stuck on a part that didn't seem like it belonged in the game, and that's some of these puzzle mini games. But I did appreciate the platforming levels. I'm a big platforming game, so anytime they throw you in a platforming level, I appreciate it. I enjoyed those. Were among my favorite portions of the game, along with the beat 'em up and then the beat the stage in a vehicle scenario. The game is fairly quick. Personally, some people beat it in 3 hours. I mean, it's definitely a game. You get extra points for beating it in a quicker time. There's speed runs. It's a speed run game. It took me honestly probably close to 8 hours to beat it, for the simple fact that there were just levels that I struggle with and I raged on. I spent like, there were some mini games, some portions that took me an hour alone, not because they're super long, it's because I have no patience. I don't like when things are super difficult. I feel like some of the stages and some of the things they make you do are brutal and unfairly designed, and I don't know if it's bad designs, bad level or stage design, by the way some of these the obstacles they put you through, but it's a challenge. Some people find it fun. Those things sort of annoyed me a lot, honestly, but I still appreciate the game. Believe it or not, even with the raging, I do got the itch to do another playthrough via like maybe co-op. So I played my first run was like solo. My favorite character in the game is, believe it or not, is Zitz. I thought Rash would be, because I like Rash and I like him in Killer Instinct. He seems like the character with more charisma, but I think they all got charisma. But Zitz is my favorite. He's fast. His combos are better. Rash is dope, but and then you got Pimple, who's very bulky. He's slow. He's not as agile. So I did pretty much most of my run with this game with pretty much Zitz and Rash. And then there's, of course, portions where you're forced to play with a particular character. I will not spoil that. You got 2 characters you're forced to play with. I don't think you could switch. Well, you can, but you can't. So overall, man, the game itself, I mean, it's not like this big return or like a classic, or it's not like this. It's still not Microsoft Next AAA exclusive. It's a nice small game, $20, so you can play it on Game Pass. I feel like I enjoyed the game, and I believe this should not be a one and done for Xbox, regardless of the reception. I felt like they got something going on with this, and I can easily see a follow-up in the near future. Same style, because it's that fun. Just the big hits on Battletoads is that the lack of online co-op. It's couch co-op that's old school. You can't be an Xbox exclusive and be couch co-op. There needs to be online. And that's where it's a miss. Cuphead did that, burnt me with that, and now Battletoads is burning me with that. It's just, that's what kind of will turn a lot of people off. My intent with Battletoads was to play this in co-op on stream with my homie Lord Addict from the Iron Lords podcast, and we didn't really get a chance to do it, and I don't even think he's going to play the game, but I just played this solo offline, recorded some gameplay for you guys for this review. I plan to play it again with family time on the big screen, 3-player co-op. get some extra achievements. I finished the game with maybe a 630, 640 gamer score on solo. And there's some cool extra achievements that you can get by just letting shit play out. But overall, a lot of people are waiting for my score. What would I score this game? Honestly, if I'm scaling on out of like a 10-point scale, I would give Battletoads honestly a solid 7. I was really at an 8.5 with it when I first started the game, but later on, some of those mini games and puzzlers I felt like were just kind of out of place, and they can really break you out of the immersion, whatever immersion this game offers. It breaks you out of it because you'll be enjoying a portion or enjoying like a phase, and then you'll get thrown into something that's completely different that will end up either being difficult or and you'll struggle with it, and it just doesn't make any sense. So there's some of the mini games, even though I appreciate the diversifying because it keeps the game from being stale, that with the added modes and the different mechanics, and it being like this all-in-one game, multiple different play styles. It's not just to beat them up. Some of those mini games, some of those add-ons that they do add to the game does break it and takes the fun out of it a little bit, and you guys will see that once you progress through the game, and that's where the game kind of loses me a bit. Otherwise, visuals are on point, gameplay is on point, the difficulty is still there, it's still Battletoads, so it can be tough, it can be brutal at some points, but there's just some things that they added to this game that wasn't necessary, that I thought was either poor design or just kind of like just out of order, limited pacing that kind of just breaks the immersion, and that's why I give it a 7 out of 10 versus an 8.5 out of 10. But a 7 out of 10, it's a solid game. Did $20 or give it a try on Game Pass. It is available on Xbox and PC. Did you guys check out Battletoads? Will you be checking out Battletoads? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later. As always, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.